Well, hey guys, Greg with the G. Bacher Adventure Chronicles. Welcome to the channel. I just got this Ayamaya 6 to 8 person family lodge tent all set up, and it looks like it's going to either snow or rain tonight. So I think I am going to camp in the tent. Even though it's in my backyard, I'm still going to camp in the tent tonight. Won't you join me? Yep, pretty much got everything I need. I got my little kit here. I do have my Big Agnes sleeping bag, as well as my sleeping clothes and an extra pillow. I will use a liner in here tonight because it's gonna get cold. And I'm actually gonna run my big heater in here to see how well it'll do as far as keeping the tent warm over the night. My cook kit and charging kit, all that good stuff right there. So let's get the my Thermarest insulated mattress inflated. I got my little inflator to inflate my air mattress with too. So my Big Agnes inserts into the mattress pad. I got this nice little area on the bottom there that you can actually insert the mattress pad into it, so you don't have to worry about losing the mattress pad in the middle of the night, which is really kind of cool. Makes it a lot more comfortable that way. And this is my 15-degree Big Agnes sleeping bag that I've got here. I figure with a heat and everything all in here, I should be plenty warm. As you see, I got my Mr. Buddy heater here, and this is the portable with a smaller one, and I've actually got that hooked up to a 20-pound cylinder out in this big vestibule area to kind of keep the propane away from the inside of the tent. So hopefully this little Buddy heater will keep things warm tonight. There it goes. Turn her on high for now, just to see how she does, how it warms it up in here. And then I will get the rest of the camp set up for the night. And as you can see, this being 10 feet by 10 feet, I've got plenty of room, space between the heater and my sleeping area. So it shouldn't be any issues as far as things getting too hot or catching on fire, I should say. Got a nice little light hung up into the top there to give me good light tonight before I go to bed. I think it's going to be fun. And then to make sure that I don't get cold, because I'm not sure if I'm running with a heater on all night or if I'm just going to keep it warm in here and then shut it off before I go to sleep. But anyways, just to give me a little extra warmth, I do have my Sea to Summit Reactor Extreme, and this is a sleeping bag liner which is insulated, so that'll add a few extra R factors to my sleeping system. And for my sleeping pillow, I love my Nemo Philo. It's an air inflated pillow, but the nice thing about it is it does have memory foam and a nice soft cuddly cover on it, and it's a good size too. It's not too small. And then also my Big Agnes sleeping bag actually has what they call a pillow garage, so I can actually put my pillow in there and that'll keep my pillow from moving around overnight. Then you do have the nice hood on the Big Agnes too, so if it does get super cold, it's not a really problem. I can just snug myself in. Then it has these cinch straps on the side here, so I can really pull this pillow right around my head, help keep me warmer. Yeah. Set up my Moon Lance oversized chair. Nice thing about it, it's got adjustable legs on it, so you can actually set it up to whatever height you want. Have it low, or you actually bring it up higher, whichever works best and is most comfortable. In this case, because it's not a lot of head height in this tent, I will probably set it at the medium height. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Actually, I'm gonna put it up on the higher level. I think I'll be fine. Nothing wrong with a little comfort for us old guys. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Perfect. Now for my table. And this is actually the One Tigress table that I have here. I really like this table. Sets up fast. It's actually really sturdy for just a canvas type table. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but the cot that I'm using is actually my Coleman cot, and it has a pocket on it so that you can actually put an air mattress inside the pocket if you want to, so it doesn't slide off of the cot. But since I attach my air mattress to my sleeping bag, I really don't want to use that feature, but that is kind of a nice feature. You can slide the air mattress into a pocket, zip it closed. It's not going to go anywhere. There you go. One tiger's table, all set up. Well, hey guys, it's time to go out to the tent. And I left the heater on, see exactly how warm it is inside there, and get settled in and maybe have a cup of coffee, and then kind of give you a little more information as far as the specs of the unit, and then just relax and hit the hay. So let's head out there right now. Oh, by the way, I got this nice Ayamaya headlamp that I've got on right now. So this is kind of cool because I can just set on, it's got different modes. So I can just turn it on to the mode where I can just flash my hand across, and there you go. I have a little headlamp going on there. So it just makes it a little easier for seeing things when I'm walking out to the tent. It's snow flurrying just a little bit, looks like. So maybe we'll get a little snow tonight. This is actually pretty nice. Turn my little ambiance lights on. There we go. Just give me a little extra light. I did bring a light out, and I brought a little extra stuff here. I do have a nice little battery operated lantern which has the flicker effect, but I think for me I'm gonna put it on the actual light effect. So I got a little more light inside here, as well as some water so I can make up a coffee, and the coffee itself. Got myself some Starbucks here. Yeah, some Starbucks coffee, instant. A spatula for tomorrow, as well as my coffee cup right here, so I can have a nice cup of coffee in the morning, maybe even tonight. We'll see what happens. But anyways, I'm gonna try to get things all a little bit set up in here, and I'll be right back with you. As you can see, I pretty much got everything all set up. I got my nice little ambiance lights. Give me a little lighting in here. Inside the sleeping area, or the dome tent, got my sleeping bag, my cot, everything all set up over there. Got the big heat, or the little buddy heater in there, working real well. I do have my light up on top, which instantly does have a fan in it if I needed it. And it's actually really very warm in here. So that little buddy heater is doing a good job heating it up. Temperature right now, we're looking at about 31 degrees. I'm assuming it's gonna get colder because according to the weatherman, it's supposed to get down to about 25 degrees tonight. But yeah, as of right now, it's nice and toasty in the tent. Yes, it is. What I think I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna get my cook kit put together here. And this is my Trangia cook kit. What's nice about this is it comes with a coffee pot, frying pan, a couple bowls, and everything. So it makes it very nice for a mess kit. It's a pretty complete mess kit. Also, what's nice about it is it's a dual fuel system. So not only can you use it off the alcohol stove, but there's also a gas burner available for it too, which I did buy. So let me get this set up. Right here is the tea kettle, and inside here I do have the alcohol stove, which I'm not going to use, and an extra lighter. But it's nice and compact. You've actually got a non-stick frying pan that comes with it, which is kind of nice. and a strainer lid or cutting board, however you want to use it. Comes with it. Then you do have a couple of bowls, which is nice. As well as a windscreen and pot support. So let's get the propane stove out. The propane burner, I should say. And the alcohol stove comes standard. The burner is an option. And then of course, I have a fuel canister. I think I'm gonna boil up some water, make me a cup of decaf coffee before I go to bed. And I think I'm gonna go over a few more of the specs as far as what the Ayamaya 6 to 8 person family lodge tent consists of. Yeah, it's nice because this actually acts as a windscreen. Keep the burner from blowing out if you're on a windy day. And there she is, she's the burner. Warmed up. Shut the burner off. Okay, as far as the specs, I'll give you a little more in-depth specs on the Ayamaya tent that we're looking at here, that we're in. It's called the Ayamaya Lodge Family Canopy Dome Tent, and it sleeps 6 to 8. That's what they call it. I classify it as a comfortable 4 in the dome tent area, and if you actually have somebody sleeping in the vestibule areas, you could get 2 more. So I'd say it's a comfortable 6. 8 could be done. Be very, very crowded though, I'm afraid. It does have the 2 vestibules. Got one on the back, one on the front. The nice feature with these vestibules is you can put them up into what they call a porch mode, and you can do that with both of them. They do come with the poles to put it into the porch mode, which is nice. Most tents that do have the porch mode capability, the tent poles are an option. They don't come with them. But with Ayamaya, they actually sent the poles for the porch mode. Also, you can put it down like how I've got it right now, where you can seal the whole thing right up if you want to on both sides. So it gives you a totally sealed tent, waterproof tent that way. And then you have the 2 little door openings on the side to be able to get in and out of the tent when you need to. Also, you have 1 ground sheet for 1 vestibule. As far as the tent fabric itself, on the fly, 190T polyester fabric. All of your seams that you see in here are all taped. So this gives you a PU waterproof rating of 3,000 on the fly. Also, what's nice is your dome tent area is basically a freestanding tent. And so if you wanted to go camping and knew it wasn't going to rain, and you still wanted to have a tent to go camping in, you can use the dome tent on its own without the fly, which is actually kind of nice. Just obviously wouldn't be waterproof because you do have plenty of mesh panels around the whole inside of the tent to give you a good ventilation, and we will find out tonight because it's supposed to get cold. I'm going to have heat in here. We're going to see if we have any condensation issues inside the tent area. So that should be interesting. And basically, by having your poles on the outside of the dome tent, your rain fly will lay up against those poles, and that'll get you some distance between the tent wall and the rain fly. And that's going to help let air circulate to help again control any condensation. As far as the length and width, the physical size of the tent, the dome tent itself, you're looking at 10 feet wide by 10 feet long, and then it's 5.5 feet tall to the peak, which for a person my size, I'm 6'2", I cannot stand up in it. That's a little inconvenient, but I don't know if it's that big of a deal, because for the most part, I'm not going to be standing up in the tent anyways. I'm going to be pretty much sitting down or whatever. So, yeah. And as far as the overall length and width, with the rain fly and the whole 9 yards, you actually are 19 feet in total length with the 2 vestibules, and then 10 feet wide at the widest point. And then the vestibules do taper in a little bit on the ends. And that's to give you the nice door to be able to get in and out of the tent when you do have it all closed up. There are 2 windows, which are mesh, with zippers on them, which is kind of nice. So you can actually unzip the window on the dome tent, unzip the window on the fly to reach out if you want to zip down the weather protecting sheet. And again, that's kind of nice because the windows, the flies actually zip down versus just using Velcro like a lot of your tents. So it gives you a little better water seal around the window area. So that's kind of cool. And then you have 2 huge doors. I mean, these doors are huge. You can get a lot of people in and out of here. If you got kids running around and stuff, they got plenty of room to run in and out. And you have 2 of them. And the nice thing about the doors too is they do have a solid fabric on here as well as a mesh. So you can literally zip the inner fabric down, and that'll give you even a ton more ventilation. You have 8 storage pockets on the outside of the dome tent. And on the inside, that's nice too. You do have 2 storage areas. And then you do have corner mesh pockets too. And the mesh pockets can be used for a couple reasons. Again, it can be used for storing stuff, or you can actually conveniently store your tent doors inside those storage meshes too, so that the doors are out of the way, which is kind of handy. And then the same thing with the corner pockets on there too. If you zip down the inside tent, you can store the solid panel into that storage area too. As far as cost, this tent retails out at right around about 219 bucks. I should let you know that Ayamaya did send me this tent free of charge to do a review on it. It's nice that they sent me the tent, but if it's not a good design or there's troubles with it, I want you to know about it. So, but no, I was pretty impressed for the price point that this tent falls into. Sorry guys, that about does it for the specs of the tent. So, little coffee. Cheers, guys. I'm gonna sit back, relax, and just enjoy the evening. Well, hey guys, it is now almost 11 o'clock. So I'm gonna get myself into bed. I'm gonna leave the buddy heater on for a while, just to see how it goes. If it gets too hot, I can always shut it off. But nonetheless, yeah, getting tired. Time to hit the hay. I'm all tucked in. Here I hit the hay. So we will see you in the morning. Good night, everybody. Well, good morning, guys. I slept in. It is now about almost 8:30. Wow. But anyways, yeah, no, it was a good sleep. So time to get up and make a little breakfast. And we'll go from there. Good morning. I just turned the heater up, so I'll let it warm up in here. It's yeah, I got a little bit chilly last night. I just checked like on the inside of the tent and everything right now, and the tent walls are dry. So I don't know if it's because of having the extra heat in here. Might have helped. Having the actual heater in here helped control it, but the inside walls of the main dome tent, they are dry as a bone. So condensation was not an issue. At least in the main tent. I am sure that in the rain fly area or in the vestibule areas, it's going to be pretty wet because that's all single wall. And there's really not much you can do about condensation on single walled tents, especially when it's super cold outside. But nonetheless, yeah, no, she's nice and dry in here. So that is a good thing. I did notice one batch of bad stitching right here last night. Kind of show you here a minute. Yeah, one bad stitching right here, right around the zipper area. But all in all, that's really the only bad spot that I found. As a whole, for the most part, the price point that they're in, they do build a very nice tent. So I would recommend it. Definitely would recommend it. Yep. Well, anyways, I'm gonna sit here for a little bit, let it warm up, then I'll get up, I'll make some coffee. Good morning, guys. Oh, tastes good. Okay, a little continuation of the reviews. I did actually set up my pros and cons of how I feel about this particular tent. Start with the pros, and then we'll go into the cons. As far as the pros go, I would say dollar for dollar, this tent is really a great value from the price point to the quality of materials. There were a few little issues, but other than that, you know, again, it's not a super expensive tent. As far as the size of the tent, I would say this would be perfect for car camping or anything of that type of camping. You would not want a backpack or anything like this. The tent's just too heavy at 27 pounds. It's heavy. So definitely a car camping type unit, which there's a place for that too. And then also, like I say, the price point at $220 roughly. I mean, it's honestly, it's a great value for the money. Yeah, that's not bad. Storage pockets, that's another pro. It's got plenty of them. I mean, I've counted 10 pockets, you know, like these little side pockets here, there's 2 of them over there. There's 2 of them inside the dome tent plus 2 in the corner. So yeah, plenty of storage pockets. And then also you have 2 big vestibule areas. I think that's a bonus too. So definitely storage wise and usability wise, it's awesome. The quality of materials, I did go over that a little bit. Yeah, they're very, very good. I mean, it's a heavier fabric at the polyester, but you know, it's a tough fabric. It's durable. I mean, it's not a real thin that you're going to worry about ripping something out, anything like that. So the materials are very good. The mesh is definitely a no-seam. It's a very fine mesh, and all the white on the dome tent itself is a breathable fabric, which is nice. That helps moisture to pass through. And like I say, condensation in the main tent area overnight, and it got cold. It got down to about 25 degrees. Zero. No condensation inside that tent whatsoever. Now the fly, that's a different story. This definitely has quite a bit of condensation on it, but that's to be expected because this area here is single wall. The dome tent is a double wall. So that is the bonus to having a double walled tent, condensation. I like the idea of the modes that you can take the vestibules, and both of them, and put them into a porch mode. So if you got a nice spot at a campsite somewheres overlooking a lake or whatever, you can sit underneath here, get out of the sun, get out of the rain a little bit, and have an awesome view from inside your tent. So I think that's really cool. And the fact that you can do it on both sides makes it kind of nice. And also the fact that you can close off one side, put one side into a porch mode. You got a huge storage area if you want to. In my case for tonight, I actually put my 20-pound propane cylinder in there to keep my heater going, and it's out of sight, out of mind. I mean, it's a very practical tent. I mean, it's a very well thought out tent. I will give it that. And the fact that the porch mode poles were actually included. 4 of them, 2 for each side. That's great. Most tents that do have porch mode possibilities do not give you the porch mode tent poles. So that's cool. Ventilation, yeah, not bad. Obviously didn't have any condensation in there, so it wasn't bad. But yeah, you have plenty of mesh. I mean, the whole upper roof area of the dome tent is a mesh. You've got 2 decent sized windows on the side, which is great. And then you have the 2 big doors, which are actually a double face door. So you have the nylon breathable material on one side, and you have a mesh on the other side, and you can zip the nylon material down, so you have 2 great big huge screens. So that should give you plenty of ventilation, I would think. I know it would. That would really help a bunch with that. So that's pretty much all my pros. And there were some cons, and I will go over those too. The ease of setup. It is a little trickier tent to set up for its size. There are newer tents out there, or tents out there that are the pop-up type tents, that type of thing, which are easier to set up. But I think once you get the hang of setting up this particular tent, it will be easier time and time. You just got to get the hang of it. And they did include a setup card on the inside of the tent bag too, so you do have the instructions on how to set it up. That's nice. So ease of setup, I would say that's a con, because there are easier tents to get that are as big as this that are easier to set up. The height, that's kind of a thing for me, but I'm 6'2". Maybe I'm an exception to the rule, but it seems low in here. I cannot stand up, and so I get kind of a sore back or whatever because of being a low tent. I would prefer to see it 6 foot or higher, honestly, versus under 6 feet. So that's a con for me. The weight is definitely, it's 27 pounds packed up. It's a heavy tent, but again, for backpacking, no. For car camping, yeah, definitely. Another thing that I think that they could improve on, these are a couple improvement things, are the stakes. Number 1, I am not a fan of the shepherd hook stakes. They pull out too easy. With a tent this size, when you have a lot of wind blowing, I could see those pulling out fairly easily, or you can get some other you know, tent stakes, which are a little more durable. They stick into the ground a lot better. And also the other con as far as what they use is the poles. I am not a fan of fiberglass poles. I've seen them break, you know, time and time again. I would prefer an aluminum pole for the tents. Now again, I know that if you do some of that stuff, you're gonna have to raise the price up, but at, again, $220 versus another, you know, a $500 tent. Stakes and poles, I can't believe would add that much more to the price, and I think it would be worth it. But other than that, Ayamaya, 2 thumbs up. It's really actually, all in all, a very, very nice tent for a budget tent. But anyways, I think it's time to get things packed up. So I am going to start doing that right now. Okay guys, just like a lot of my videos, and I'm actually going to try to start doing this more often, I'm going to give you a little review of what equipment I did bring on this little event, little venture. Even though it was in my backyard, it was still an adventure all the same. And just so you guys know, down below in the description area you will find links to all of my camping and hiking gear that I use. I'd appreciate it if you would check it all out. Most everything comes off from Amazon. So anyways, yeah, check out those links. If there's anything that you think you might be interested in purchasing, that'd be awesome. It does help the channel a little bit when you do that. Okay, we'll start from the big stuff. Had my Coleman cot. That's what you see that I slept on last night. It's a good heavy duty cot, which is nice. Then I did have my ditty bag, and my ditty bag pretty much is my all the stuff that I really don't have a place to put it. It's like first aid kits, headlamps, all that good stuff is all in there. Dyneema bags. I actually found a source on Etsy for Dyneema bags, and they work really, really great, and they're very, very strong. So yeah, Dyneema storage bags. I don't know the brand name. They're actually handmade. So nonetheless, check them out. It's on Etsy. And right here, I do have my Trangia stove and my Bullen burner that I cook with. And then, of course, I love my Starbucks. That's a medium roast instant coffee. Right here is my food bag, and again, it's the Dyneema fabric. I did have a couple water bottles with me, just Mountain House or Ice Mountain. And then right here would be my wood cup and my spoons. My Cusca is all in there. I had that with me. My one Tigris table right there, which I do like. It's very convenient. Packs down pretty small. You can actually backpack with that if you want to. Then my Nemo Philo pillow. I love that thing. Got the memory foam in it. Nice cushy fabric on the outside too. And then just inexpensive little lights that I have from that I got off Amazon just for my ambient light. And then I did have my Sea to Summit Reactor Extreme, and that's my sleeping bag liner. And I do that for a couple reasons. Number one, it does make it a little bit warmer, but also it helps keep my sleeping bag cleaner, so I can just throw this into the washing machine and not have to do my down blanket that much. And then speaking of my sleeping bag, I had my Big Agnes. That's the 15 degree, and I can't remember the name of it. Diamond, I think it's the Diamond Pack, whatever it is. Very nice sleeping bag. It's oversized, which I really like. I can roll around and stuff in it. And it's still, I love the way that the air mattress hooks into the bottom of my Big Agnes sleeping bag, so you don't have to worry about falling off or having the mattress pad slip out from underneath you. And speaking of my mattress pad, I do have my Thermarest Neo Air, and that is an insulated pad that I have there. As far as my heat last night, I used my Mr. Buddy portable heater. It actually worked great, but instead of using the 1-pound cylinders, I actually used a 20-pound cylinder tank, and I had a connection hose to hook it all up so it could heat all night long and not have to fill it back up or change the tank out once it ran out. My jacket, this is one of my jackets. This is the one I wear all the time pretty much, and that's my Columbia puffy jacket, which is nice and warm. My Moon Lance chair, I love that because it's oversized, and again, I can adjust the heights on it. And for us old guys, it's nice to be able to have a little more height on our camping chairs when we're sitting by the campfire, whatever the case may be. Down here's my charging stuff. That's basically just my charging brick and all that other stuff, cables and whatnot. And then my little energy fan light that I had up in here last night, and I put that pretty much in all my bigger tents and stuff. I'll use that light. And then my fire starter kit, which includes all my fire starting stuff, from my fire starters to my bushcraft knife to my everything I need, a little grill in there and everything for building fires and whatnot. And then I do have a Winterwell duffel bag that I use to stuff all of this stuff in it when I'm doing a car camp, because it's not necessary to have a backpack when I'm car camping. So that works really great. It holds all my stuff, keeps it all compact, and keeps it all in one place. So it really works out nice. So that about does it for this adventure. Even though it was in my backyard, it was still an adventure all in the same. If you like this kind of video, please hit the like and subscribe button. And please hit the notification bell so I can let you know when I upload more videos. Also, please share, because that really helps build the channel in itself. With that, this is Greg with the G. Bacher Adventure Chronicles, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day and happy camping, guys. Bye-bye.